Hello and welcome to my twin flame journey. Oh my gosh, I'm having a mint thing and it's scratching my throat. I am Shine, and this is going to be reading for the next to cover from now until the end of the month, the last 2 weeks here in November for air signs: Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. Um, All the information that you need is below in regards to personal readings, or if you would like to support the channel and make a donation. Donations are greatly appreciated. Again, all of that is below. And of course, please like, subscribe, share, hit the notifications button to be alerted of more videos that come in the future. Was that the spiel? I kind of just did it on the fly. I didn't do it in the order. So I hope I got everything there. And those who feel inclined, who would like to timestamp, of course, you can do that for others who may come across the video. So again, this is just going to be for the next 2 weeks. See what's going on here for people. And I pulled the 2 major arcana for the overview for the air signs for the next 2 weeks. This is, of course, what we're needing to, the signposts that we're really needing to look at. And we have Judgment. Let's see that. Le Jugement. It's French, you know. And then we have Le Soleil, which is the sun. So Judgment and the sun, obviously, this is like, speaks about healing, illumination. Of course, in Judgment is about, again, wake-up calls, judgments being passed upon us or needing to use judgment. This is also, you know, a lot of karmic things are wrapping up here. So people are choosing paths. So again, is, you know, trying to gain some clarity in regards to paths that we want to take. The bottom of the deck here, you had Judgment again. And then the bottom of the clarifying deck, you have 4 Pentacles in reverse. So this, of course, speaks about, you know, releasing our fears, etc. But let's get into my little cards here for Judgment, for any extra things that might hit home for people. Again, it's the trumpet call of Archangel Gabriel, ready to be judged by the universe. Insurmountable obstacles and impossibility of avoiding judgment. So perhaps we're feeling like we're faced with these obstacles. And for many, it is about releasing things, healing, forgiveness. Some people might be looking for forgiveness. Now again, not everybody that comes back from the past is, you know, changed or learned things. So sometimes they're coming back because their other situation in work, or they're trying to see if they can still pull the wool over your eyes again. So again, about using judgment here. And also for those that are coming back around, really needing to shine the light on themselves, their own patterns of behavior, those that might be coming back that are trying to make amends, knowing that they can't avoid being judged for past actions to whoever they're with or trying to go towards, or just in and of themselves. Again, those wake-up calls. Its beginning is woven irrevocably irrevocably oof, that's a tough one. Irrevocably, don't laugh, I know you're laughing, into the end, and an end to a new beginning. So again, you know, beginnings and endings and beginnings. This speaks about, again, cycles ending, new ones beginning, and facing those judgments. Again, karmic repercussions, etc., etc. Um, ruled, boy, I can't even talk. Ruled by Pluto symbolizes again the underworld. That's why we got all these people here looking like they kind of look like ghosts to me, because they're kind of grayish. Um, calls for a period of reflection again and self-evaluation, coming to a point of deep understanding about common themes throughout your life and how to avoid or change them in the future. So it's again, learning from these karmic cycles, these repetitive patterns, situations that we find ourselves in, because it's trying to teach something about ourselves. It's trying to bring some kind of awareness or healing to whatever wounding that is making us show up the way that we have for ourselves in our lives, in our relationships, and in our what have you, and how we allow others to. So again, it's about doing life reviews, connecting the dots, realizing again what's got to go, um, so that we can have better situations for ourselves in the future. Close to reaching a significant stage in your journey. It's a wake-up call or need to live your life a different way and be true to yourself. It's about new possibility of a fulfilling life that serves your highest needs, that offers hope to others. Um, so again, it's how you show up, right? It's a need to take action. Again, lessons learned, wisdom. It's also about absolution, release, and life-changing decisions. So like I said, talked about people being on paths, choosing paths. Again, some people might be looking to come back together, but again, make sure that it's for the right reasons. Make sure that both people have lived and learned so they don't repeat, again, using that judgment. The sun, again, optimism, fulfillment, the dawn that follows the darkest night. It's a source of life, the happiness of our inner spirit when we're in tune with our truest self. And it's about having nothing to hide, trying to recapture again purity and innocence within, the child within, healing the child within. It's perfect control of the conscious and the subconscious, the action and vibration of the sun, life, the fruitfulness of spirit. Now represents again success, radiance, abundance. It gives you strength, healing, again, happiness and joy, right? And like I said, here at the bottom of the deck, we had Judgment again. And then Four of Pentacles, which is, can be about greed, materialism. So all those people, those masculines that were in codependent situations are entering into relationships for financial reasons, but not really showing up in those relationships, just kind of coasting or floating along or putting all the responsibilities on the feminine, whoever was the feminine. Again, a lot of that self-reflection needs to happen here for any of those masculines that were behaving in that way so that they can show up differently. It's also being haunted by fear of poverty, and it compels you to be materialistic. So again, people afraid to leave karmic situations because, they're not at a point where they're showing up for themselves, or they fear that they can't. So again, it's that codependency. Watch out for that. And fear, of not being able to step up to the plate, keeping you in situations again that are providing, meeting needs, filling voids and meeting needs. It's also about being extremely defensive and self-protective, you know, fearful of opening up and trusting people. It's also keeping a tight rein on our cash, or we're spending too much. We're needing, well, it's, Christmas is coming, so be careful with that. You need to examine what you may need to give up. Also, stepping outside of one's comfort zone. It's an important step in your personal development. So, as I mentioned, a lot of people got that financial karma. A lot of people are needing to figure out again how to overcome that, and again, and not enter into relationships for the wrong reasons. Those are more for the masculines, that are dealing with the moochie problem here. Okay, so this is Aquarius now. We got the Hangman. So this is again about perspectives, using judgments, seeing things clearly. Lord, give us strength. Now, if I'm looking at this, with the exception of, although you do have a major arcana here, Aquarius, if I'm looking at the overview here for everybody, we have 2, 3, even though this is the same one, so 2, right? And then you have 1, 2, 3 here. So if I count the 3 with the 2, Aquarius, you got 5 major arcana, which means that this is something extremely important that we're needing to look at here. And this one got 1, Libra got 1, and I think, and there's 2 here for Gemini. But Aquarius, you got the most. So I guess this is we're really needing to pay attention to the messages here. Hangman, again, it's about, enlightenment, being suspended in time. It's also surrendering. We'll watch out for martyrdom. Again, know what you're dealing with people here. Feeling like we're going to, sacrifice ourselves to save others or try to heal others or whatever. Again, watch out for that kind of stuff. It's also about meditation, how to break old patterns of behavior. Again, bad habits that restrict you. Same kind of thing as the judgment. So Aquarius is needing to again, look at what they're doing, look for their own repetitive patterns here that might be either self-destructive or self-sabotaging or just askew in some way. This is also representing careful planning and orderly growth leading to spiritual development. It's a period of indecision or feeling like we need more time to reflect on something. It's also about waiting or feeling stuck or restricted. It's also about letting go. Again, accepting and surrendering. So again, for a lot of people, acceptance, right, isn't it the last stage of grief? And sometimes surrendering is just about accepting the truth of something. It is what it is. We need to be more vulnerable and open. So if we're a little bit on the fearful side, perhaps that we're needing to try to overcome that. We're needing to let go of our worries. So perhaps again, fear keeping us stuck, or maybe there is some kind of patterns. Maybe we're not stepping up to the plate for ourselves in some areas of our life. And we're needing to see where we need to get out of our own way, releasing some fears, allow for healing or again, or illumination. Um, but there is a feeling of stuckness, dissatisfaction in some way, and maybe a bit too stressed. But there is definitely an aspects of the self that we're needing to kind of gain some insight on, that might be affecting us over the next 2 weeks in regards to manifesting. Now, and it spoke about fears and things like that. This is the why of the hangman. We have the magician in the reversed. We have the star. And we have the seven of pentacles in the reverse. So, obviously the magician speaks about, power, skill, action, resourcefulness, having all the tools that we need to manifest. But in the reverse, it speaks of, again, poor planning or latent talents. So again, maybe we're not doing something that could be career-wise or something, not utilizing our talents or our abilities in a way that's maybe because, not thinking that we're good enough, or fearful that something might not work out, or however it might play out for you. Confusion again on perhaps on how to proceed or how to make something happen. Could be in career, could be in regards to relationships, especially if I know we got people coming back from the past, or even embarking in future situations. It's also about being impatient, lack of a clear plan. Again, need to ask where we're focusing our energy. What are our objectives? Unable to manifest a skill to help you on your spiritual journey that's not being used. Again, there's something that we're needing to look at, and it could be so much as just belief, faith, esteem, procrastination. It could be all kinds of things. But if we're talking about, passing judgment or allowing for healing or trying to gain enlightenment over someone who perhaps that we feel is, manipulative. This is also about greed and deceit and manipulation. Again, trickery, cunning, someone who's not trustworthy, a charmer, narcissistic types, users, players, whatever title you want to put on them. Because the star is here, which also speaks about hopes, wishes, dreams, healing, faith, having renewed hope and faith, courage, deeper understanding of ourself and others. Again, perspectives, right? Gaining again that wisdom in regards to, again, our own roles and other people's roles and things. It's also needing to have faith in oneself, trusting in oneself, again, in one's own abilities, about transformation, embracing new opportunities, meaning, purpose, perspective. It's a call of destiny that compels you to go on. So that's why for some, these choices that we're making now, or these, relationships that we're choosing, or these paths that we're choosing, what have you, or how we're choosing again to show up is, we're creating our destiny. Every choice that you make is laying down a path for you to follow. And that's why we're needing to again enter into this next cycle with more wisdom and clarity about previous cycles or our life up to this point, and really assessing aspects of the self, the shadow self that we're needing to deal with. And for many, there might be a sense of fear here involved with dealing with a person, or even in just, what am I doing next? One's path. It's a need to open and cleanse your aura. You got some blocked chakras going on. It's also about strength and the quality to accept your faults and love yourself in spite of them. So again, love yourself first. Then we again, when we gain understanding of our own self, when we accept aspects of the self that might not be so great, but gaining that awareness so that we can heal that and work towards becoming better. You also gain understanding about the roles that people have played in your life, the experiences that you've had, the wisdom that you've gained, having gone through certain things. A deeper understanding of ourselves and others, again, transformation, forgiveness, in order to embrace new opportunities. You know, now I don't know if for some people that deal, obviously with soulmates or karmic soulmates, it depends on how they're showing up. If you have past people coming back, obviously we're needing to use discernment. But for some, they're asking people to obviously forgive, because we understand it takes two to tango, what have you. For some people, though, there might be a potential for something, whether it's a working relationship or a friendship. And again, soulmates could be friends, family, romantic partners. For some, there is a, again, depending on how people are showing up, there might be some kind of encouragement for, with the forgiveness, to kind of allow some people back in or give them another chance. But there might be fear involved due to people's past behavior. And again, it doesn't mean that some people might you have a really hard time changing. And again, it's everybody's own decision if they want to deal again or not. But, for some, this is like the test, to see if you've learned, and maybe there's some kind of soul contract again. But I try to be very careful with the advice that I give, because again, this is a general reading. This isn't a personal one. And I always tell people, know you're dealing with, especially when you got magician in reverse and stuff like that. I mean, this is not, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. We'll see if what else we get here. Of course, Seven of Pentacles talks about lack of long-term vision, limited success, rewards or efforts may be scattered, maybe investing unwisely, may not reap rewards. Know when to stop investing. Worked hard laying foundations of a relationship, now wonder if you should continue or if you'll continue to hit blocks or if it's a waste of time. So again, I mean, I'm in such a, because I'm kind of in the same position, right? Um, my guides have been warning me that the person from my past is going to be returning. And they keep telling me forgiveness, forgiveness, opportunity, but I don't see any way that I would even want that person back or how it could possibly work, considering what I know and what their issues are. I don't know what they're asking of me. So that's why I said first time they might be kind of asking the same thing, but I am so like, I'm trying to be very careful with advice that I give because I never like to say, yeah, sure, I'll have this person come back around and they turn out to be, you know, a narcissist who's hoovering, as they call it. Um, and you're just going to be tested. I don't, this is very difficult here. Obviously, if you feel like you've made a final judgment, you're trying to heal from a situation, yeah, see both sides of the coin. You know, try not to allow fear to keep you stuck from, you know, moving forward to be with someone else. Not believing in yourself. Again, a need to focus and make plan to, you know, if you have a career or something in the financial sector or something that you're trying to manifest for yourself, you know, obviously try to have belief in yourself and have faith that obviously, you know, that there things will get better, or with effort you'll get somewhere. um, but obviously this might be a question here in regards to a person, wondering if you can trust somebody, fearful of trusting somebody, fearful of allowing someone to come back in, not sure if you have any hope or faith in a situation or a person anymore, not sure if you want to invest. And that's, maybe this is just say you used your judgment. At the end of the day, I always say do what you feel is best for you. But let's see why. Foolish choices on the star. You know, again, not wanting to make foolish choices. And fear. But I feel you. You know, I feel you. I feel you. Like, what do I want to take here? What more clarity can I give you? I asked, what advice do you want to give Aquarius? And it says, don't let anyone dim your shine. Stand in your power, stand in your truth, love yourself, and surround yourself with those who love you in return. Pay no mind to those who put you down. And also, they are sincere. Their intentions are good. Lord. You know, again, some people might be sincere that are coming back, but they're still trying to tell you, you know, use your judgment. It's up to you. But if they're, you know, obviously if any red flags show up, you know, or if you're noticing the people haven't really changed, you know, nip it in the bud. Don't let anybody, you know, keep you feeling less than, or don't settle for less than. You know, again, you could be questioning if somebody is sincere. But this is the advice that I asked for. Your other advice is leadership. It's time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. And then you have mother. I open my heart to my mother's humanness and her divinity. Now this is, of course, speaks about mother issues. So there might be some kind of childhood wounding here that stems from your relationship with your mother. Again, what did love look like to me as a child? You know, how my parents treated me, how did that affect my value or feelings of self-worth? Again, if there were any abandonment issues or something where you weren't given the love and attention that you needed, or you found yourself choosing partners or repeating the same type of patterns in relationships as your mother. Or you were choosing people that were like your mother, but you know, whether or not that was a healthy relationship, I'm not sure. Again, it depends, I guess, maybe if you're a masculine or a feminine. But I will read your thing here. I guess whatever would come to mind for you when I mention that, that would probably be the source of, you know, either how you've shown up in relationships or how you believe about yourself, or again, the types of partners that you've chosen. This card says that your current situation is rooted in your feelings about your mother. The first thought that springs to mind right now is exactly what needs to be addressed and healed. Regardless of your mother's lifestyle or history, you are the one currently living with your feelings. So Mother Mary seeks to support you in gently adjusting the way that you view your past, to give you more freedom in your present and future life as you hold a compassionate viewpoint towards your mother and see her as a fallible human who was doing the best that she could. You heal in profound ways. Having a healed viewpoint concerning your mother allows you to be more open to receiving God's gifts, help from others, and messages from the divine. Ask Mother Mary for assistance in releasing any old or heavy emotions connected to your mother so that you can better enjoy each moment of your life. So again, for some, it has to do with what I mentioned. How you feel about yourself, how you've shown up, and how you've allowed others to show up. You know, patterns, life review, healing aspects of the self that need to be healed so that we can make wise decisions in regards to, you know, whatever we're doing with ourselves here and whoever we're doing it with. You know, but there's a need to release fear and anxiety or any negative things that might be keeping you stuck or in a state of limbo or uncertainty, or you know, again, depends on who you're dealing with. Somebody might be sincere, but again, oh gosh, the stress of advising people. uh, you know, I think a lot about that because again, people come here for guidance, and this is general. Obviously, it's, you know, we're covering many people. But you know, I'm not here for so much for popularity or telling people what they want to hear, or you know, it's what they need to hear. But I'm also, you know, I don't romanticize things or put happy bows on everything, and you know, for again, I try to be as honest as I can be. Libra, thank you, Aquarius. Good luck. Libra, you have the Queen of Wands. So again, this could be you or the person that you're dealing with, or it could just be, you know, an energy. And you have the Four of Wands, the Death card, and the Eight of Cups. Now, Queen of Wands, again, is another leader type. Again, male, female, doesn't matter. Again, this could be you or the person that you're dealing with, or you're needing to embody this, or you are embodying this right now. Again, strength, vitality, creativity. You know, someone who doesn't shy away from a challenge, shows her power, dominant feminine energy, knows what she wants and goes after it. Again, a leader who inspires others, instills confidence in others, someone who's optimistic, confident, full of ideas. Can also be stubborn, tyrannical, deceptive, irritable, righteous, overbearing, quick-tempered, but also passionate and fiery. So again, either this is us needing to tap into our creativity, needing to take charge of our lives, needing to become, you know, the leader in our own life, be independent even through adversity or whatever challenges, difficulties that we're going through here, because we do have Eight of Cups and Death, so obviously we're in some kind of transition. Wanting more for ourselves, you know, feeling emotionally dissatisfied in some way in regards to perhaps our home life, our stability with the Four of Wands, right? Because I asked why the Queen of Wands, and we got the Four of Wands, the Death. Oh, did I show you these? I don't know if I did. Four of Wands. I think I already showed you these, but I'll show them again. It's late. I'm sorry. We's tired. Four of Wands again speaks about a time of fulfillment and satisfaction of the attainment of a goal, celebrations, homecomings, happy homes, stability and firm foundations, harmony, peace, balance, completion, results of an often difficult and challenging effort. You know, so you finally get the stability after you've been working towards it. So it's about get-togethers, holiday time, marriages, engagements, birthdays, graduations, or other celebrations, special milestones, completing of a significant phase, right? As I talked about with the judgment here, maybe the universe is passing judgment on us for some cycle that we're wrapping up here. It's also about peace offerings, moving from one stage to another, moving past mistakes and challenges to a place of peace, acceptance and happiness, right? Because here with the Death card, as I spoke about, it talks about endings, and beginnings, as we mentioned up here before, transformation, right? End of a major phase or aspect of your life brings about the beginning of something far more valuable and important. Closing one door to open another, putting the past behind you, to embrace new opportunities. Something that might be difficult but important, as you will soon see, to bring renewal and transformation. If you resist, you will feel pain and emotional and physical. Significant transformation, a profound need for change, or clearing away limiting factors, sudden changes that we cannot escape its effects, or a need to learn to let go of unhealthy attachments for more fulfilling things. So perhaps this is what we're doing, right? Now, with the Eight of Cups here, talking about, usually it's the person walking away, right? Walking away to leaving all the cups behind, and walking away because they're not emotionally satisfied. They're looking for something with deeper meaning. This person is, the picture on this card is a little bit different. This person is kind of just sitting there looking at the cups spilled. It's kind of like on some Five of Cups kind of vibe. Um, but these other cups are standing, but there's two that have fallen. So that could be, again, Two of Cups, a relationship that we're unhappy in, perhaps, or we were. And perhaps we've ended something, or we're needing to, in order to find, again, our stability, our happiness in our home life, to become, again, independent and confident again. Or we're healing from something here, moving on, using our judgment. Again, Eight of Cups is about change, transition, sadness, solitude, turning one's back on things, restlessness, unhappiness, wanting more emotional fulfillment, embarking on a spiritual journey for greater goals, seeking deeper meaning in life, right? Willing to let go of material possessions for something more meaningful. Disappointed enough to walk away. There's a love or materials things, could be even work related, many things could be describing this scenario here. Feeling like you can no longer go on, feeling like you're giving up too much and not getting enough in return. So there's definitely was some unhappiness here, and a knowing that there needs to be some kind of change. So that we can, again, find our happiness, right? Oh, that's too many. Death, we have La Donna del Servizio. This card kind of always reminds us, it's the servant, the helper. So again, this card usually comes out in a lot of codependent things for me, Whether, you know, usually this is the person who's the giver. And again, giving more than they're receiving and unhappy, right? Um, you know, maybe a marriage is ending. Because again, Four of Wands speaks about marriage, home life, not a happy home here. Maybe again, you were the one giving too much and not getting anything in return. Because this is again about help. Usually it's financial help. That's where I've come to notice this card comes a lot, describing. So maybe it's like the end of that, the end of being the doormat, or the end of being, you know, the one who gives and gives nothing in return. Eight of Cups, we have the Vivido, which is the widower. You know, this person talks about, you know, thinking about the past or regrets of the past. Messengare is a message from a distance. Disgracia, it's like the Tower. Obviously, it speaks about endings. Now, if I wanted to say that you were perhaps somebody who's recognizing, again, if you were treating someone as a means to an end, right? Maybe there is some regrets around that, and you're wanting to communicate that with somebody. Queen of Wands, to try to regain, you know, back this home life. And there's going to be a change or an ending of a certain type of behavior, perhaps of treating someone unfairly. And for some, it could be somebody who's stuck on somebody from their past. And is going towards that person. I kind of just said that, right? If you were a person who's trying to come back in. Oops. What's going on here? Four of Wands, Casa. Again, home life. Mercante, it's the merchant. Merchant, again, deals with somebody, is somebody who is, it can be shady dealings in regards to home life. Someone who serves their own interests. Could also be somebody who's at a distance from someone. That's why we have the messengare, message from a distance. Or someone who's looking to leave. And go towards some new path or another person. But again, with this the Servizio here, you know, I feel like some of you might have been dealing with somebody who was, again, treating somebody as a means to an end. Grand Consolation, which is kind of reminds you of Seven of Cups. This is someone thinking and wishing and dreaming and hoping about all their possibilities or things that they want. Or this is somebody who's been waiting around a long time to get something that they wanted. We have La Vecchia Signora, which is, again, it could be you or it could be the person you're dealing with, but this is usually someone who's an older female. And this also symbolizes someone from the past, or the past in general. We have here La Reunion. So again, this relationship, reuniting. Judgment is also about reuniting, reconciling. We have Letterato with La Donna de Servizio. Gran Signore. Now, you know, this person, in the positive sense, it could be someone, you know, who's kind of like got his shit together, you know, man about town, someone who's respectable, who's, you know, financially well off, you know, whatever. But then on the negative sense, it could be someone who, again, who's arrogant, who can, again, be kind of narcissistic, treats people as means to an end. And with the Letterato talks about discovery, right? Research, discovery, or the man of letters. So I don't know, again, if we've discovered that, you know, somebody was, you know, again, means to an end kind of thing, or trying to discover a way on how to change a situation around. Again, you could be the Grand Signore trying to go towards the Queen of Wands here, or, you know, again, the sex and the gender and all that applied if it sounds like you, regardless of what's in the cards. I don't know. I want to say that for some, I feel like somebody's leaving a situation and moving on to be with someone from their past. And some people are discovering that they were kind of treated as just a means to an end. You know, and maybe we were waiting for a long time to try to heal a situation or thinking things would get better in a household. In the meantime, the person that you're with, you know, it turns out that they wanted to leave, or they, again, were just, there was some shady business in regards to the home life here. And again, and maybe somebody's, you know, been waiting to hear from somebody from their past or wanting to go back to somebody from their past. So this situation is ending and you're discovering all these things. And again, and you're focusing on, or this could be them, because again, the Vivido is somebody who's the widower, someone who's clinging to the past. And with the two that have fallen, focusing on someone from the past. And whatever message comes in, message that comes in, or somebody's again wanting to express some kind of regrets over walking away. That could be another thing. You know, regretful of the way things ended, regretful of how they treated someone, and again, wanting to again focus on reuniting with someone. So again, this could be somebody coming back or somebody leaving. And you could be the other person in the relationship and the person is leaving. Or you could be somebody, you could be the feminine trying to go back and figure out how to make something work with this person, who doesn't necessarily have to be someone who's negative. Um, but the Mercante and the Gran Senora, they can sometimes, and you know, be a little questionable. I didn't use these in the other readings. I hope people don't, well, they probably won't know because they might not be watching these. What advice do you have for Libra? Rose-colored glasses may look good, but they'll never do you any good. Oh, sorry. Did they lie to you about who they were? Or did you lie to yourself about who they were? And that's what it says. Rose-colored glasses may look good, but they'll never do you any good. And that's why I said I feel like somebody is kind of discovering something about somebody here. Either uncovering somebody's true intentions or motives, you know, when they were with you, or this is you questioning somebody that you were dealing with again. What the hell are you waiting for? It's time to take action. You are a co-creator with the universe. Don't just coast. Get the let out. Procrastination never pays. Whatever it is you are putting off, it's time to address it. Hungry hearts, yeah, that's what I mean. Hungry hearts will settle for crumbs. We all eat lies when our hearts are hungry. This is why it's so important to heal before you deal. When you are lonely, have low self-esteem, abandonment issues, fears of being alone, etc., can set you up to be taken advantage of, especially by emotional manipulators or narcissists. That's what I said. I feel like somebody's coming to some kind of awareness about something that they were involved in. Well, somebody wasn't who you thought they were or who they pretended to be, but in truth, it's like maybe we were lying to ourselves, trying to again wish and hoping and that something would change or somebody would change, but then you find out some news perhaps that somebody's planning on going back to somebody from their past, or they're hoping to. And maybe you were just I hate to say that, you know, but I feel like, you know, and they're wanting you to kind of maybe become empowered by this, realize the role that you played in allowing this shady person to come around. Um, you know, use judgment. It's the wake up call again to take action, to not settle for less than you deserve here. You know, there's something that we're needing to maybe nip in the bud, or we have here gentleness. Archangel Sandalphon, be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. So obviously, if you're going through any kind of, I mean, you know, holiday time or what have you, make sure that you have a support system around you. Make sure that you're, gentle with yourself. Don't have toxic people around you. Um, make sure that we're having a happy household here. And make sure that we're making choices about, even if we're talking about going back to somebody, being honest again with ourselves about whatever the situation was. Make sure that, again, it's not filling voids and meeting needs of why we're even going back to people or welcoming them back in. Don't do it because you're lonely or, you have any kind of, make sure that we know what we're dealing with. And like I said, because you could have somebody coming back who, you could flip it around. It's either somebody's leaving or somebody's coming back. But we're needing to, again, not find ourselves in situations that we know we need to take charge in. Find ourselves in shitty situations that we're needing to take charge in. We're needing to, again, find our independence, have our confidence, because, again, if you got low self-esteem and you're lonely, you'll settle for a lot of bullshit. You know what I mean? Keep wishing and hoping and dreaming some people will change or what have you. Is, again, it's knowing that you got to take care of yourself. You got to be honest with yourself. Don't settle. And be on, again, know what you're dealing with, but you got watched over. I allow myself to feel safe and enjoy my life, knowing that heaven is watching over my loved ones and me. So know that the universe is trying to help you out here in this situation, and know that, again, everything is a lesson, right? Reason, season, lifetime, people. Soulmates are not always life partnerships, all the things that I say in all the readings. But there's definitely somebody's, you know what I'm saying, needing to take heed about a situation. Okay, Libra, good luck, my dears. Good luck. So we've done that. Now let us do Gemini. My son's a Gemini. You actually got 4 cards here. Whoops. No, this was last. And this reading is going to be longer than the others. But that's all right. You have Justice reverse. So this is another thing of somebody's going through the ringer. And if you're going through the ringer, then I hope you have some healing. Same with Libra. Same with Aquarius. Like I said, people gotta, watch out, man. Watch out for these hobosexuals. Watch out for these narcissists. Watch out for these people that just coming in there to just pick off the fruit and not feed the soil. Know what you're dealing with. Live and learn, especially when dealing with either past people or current situations that we're finding ourselves in, that we didn't enter into from a place of wholeness. Again, 2 broken halves don't make a whole. And a lot of times, again, everybody's needing to kind of, again, recognize those patterns, those things, so that we stop with these situations or allowing these people unfairness, lack of accountability. This is also dishonesty. So I don't know what side of the coin you fall on here. But I feel like you're more on the receiving end of some injustice. Dishonesty to self and others, or unwillingness to understand the deeper meaning of why an event has occurred. You know, this also speaks about divorces too. Um, Opportunity for greater understanding of yourself and life, not holding oneself accountable, trying to dodge the bullet and blame others for your mistakes. Again, we are where we are due to our own choices. And again, you know, you could have been on the receiving end of whatever, but we get what we allow. And for many people, we're in situations where, you know, we've seen the crack way before the ass. This stuff's been going on for some time. But again, people stay in situations that they probably should have, you know what I'm saying? But living and learning, that's what it's all about. A need to take responsibility. You are where you are again due to your own choices. Whatever it takes to get out of this situation is fair according to karma, karmic justice. A need to release judgments of ourselves and others and might need to be more flexible but just. Also, unfair outcomes, biased or failing to see a truth or needing a balanced view. And as I mentioned, divorce. And again, sometimes things end because it's better that they do. It's especially if it was a shitty situation where you weren't being treated right. You know what I'm saying? But again, everybody's got the judgment in the sun. So it speaks about, again, patterns, recognizing what needs to be healed. So we stop facing these injustices, right? It's all living and learning. And I asked why the Justice in reversed, and we have the Five of Wands in the reversed, the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, the Two of Pentacles in the reverse, and then the Strength card. So, like I said, I feel like you are more obviously on the receiving end of some kind of injustice that you're needing to be strong through this process. Find your strength, your courage to, you know, keep going. Conflict avoidance, increase focus on one's goals. It's also about deflecting and ignoring or needing to be more assertive. It's a sigh of relief after conflict and struggle. So again, maybe going through a divorce and being glad that it's over. Feeling more secure in your relationships, conflict free, a need to focus to achieve goals and stay committed again to yourself first and foremost, right? But if this is just talking about over here, you know, lack of accountability and dishonesty, well, we're obviously needing to hold ourselves accountable for our own actions. We're needing to be honest with others, right, in order to come out of conflict. This is another way to look at it, right? Not like deflecting, you know, which is, this speaks again about lack of accountability. Oh, it's always there. It's your fault. You know, that projection, deflecting, ignoring, downplaying, what have you. Again, you need to own your own role in things. Again, if you're one of those masculines who was operating out of a shadow self, you know, maybe it's asking you to stay committed to a relationship, to a marriage, to avoid divorce. Trying to focus on achieving, you know, common goals, common ground, you know, working things out. Or again, this is you trying to, you know, something has ended and you're needing to now focus on yourself and healthy relationships and, you know, be committed to your path and your dreams and, you know, be glad it's over. The Ace of Pentacles in the reverse talks again about lost opportunities, lack of planning and foresight, financial opportunities that might fall through, the need to be careful with our spending. It's also about limited success or need to realign our goals. It's also about corruption and greed or taking what's not earned, someone who's opportunistic. exploiting others, blinded by our obsessions for money at the expense of other areas of our life. So again, if you're more focused on work and stuff and you're neglecting, you know, your home life, and it's causing conflict and you know, people just, whatever it is, something's needing to be addressed here and fixed within and without. Or again, if you were somebody who's felt like you were unjustly treated, you know, maybe somebody was taking advantage. There's also warns warns of a risk and need for planning in career and finances. So again, if we're going through any kind of relationship issues or divorces, it might be, you know, causing some kind of financial issues, because that shit ain't fun or cheap. Again, this talks about a need to focus on our goals, both of these cards, right? So future looking, regardless of if it's a separation or a need to kind of work things out. The Two of Pentacles reverse talks about, you know, again, financial disarray. So for some, it might be a divorce that is causing some kind of money issues here. This is also a struggle to manage finances. Maybe that was a reason for the divorce, you know, money problems, or somebody who's not, responsible financially. Not managing work and family commitments. Again, this speaks about that. So something having to do with possible finances and the disintegration of a relationship here. This again speaks about, you know, watching your spending. You know, don't get distracted from, you know, things that you need to be focused on. And then again, a warning not to overcommit in relationships. You know, this is about giving more than you get. It's also about feeling easily overwhelmed by responsibilities or need to be organized and planned, having a planned approach and a need for structure. So this is all out of balance here. And there needs to be some kind of honesty with ourselves, with others, or again, resolution of some kind within the self or with whoever you're dealing with to come out of conflict. Or again, if this is, you know, just trying to heal and move on from something that is, you know, we're glad it's over, but it's causing definitely some kind of financial issues at this point because of, you know, what we've gone through here. And with the Strength card, like I said, it's about having strength and courage, you know, to persevere. And also about taming the beast. I don't know if people are, you know, again, overspending or causing some problems here in the household or in the relationship. Speaks about manifestation here. Strength that comes from within. Determination, again, persistence, patience, composure, maturity, compassion. Emotions that must be transcended into spiritual wisdom. Again, conquering our fears using our intuition, letting go of the ego, finding balance within, taking responsibility for ourself, mastering oneself. So again, this is something that we're needing to look at within and without. Another learning experience here. Now you have the moon cycles. I'm going to clarify these, I think, a couple of them. Let me do that first. Why justice reverse? Feeling stuck. It's kind of like the Eight of Swords. Trapped in our thoughts, feeling like we can't move or get out of something. Presented the pietra preziosa. It's a precious gift. Malto. This is like sadness, depression, this would be sickness, feeling stuck and depressed. And again, this could be just talking about monetary things or some kind of financial. Hold on, is this precious gift here? Stuff due to finances or precious gift? Proposal, an offer, present, jewels. Difficult situation that finds a solution over time or has slow improvements. And again, maybe something is just wearing somebody the hell out here. Whatever the situation is. Strength, we have Letterato, which is the man of letters, or, discovery here. Discovering your strength. Discovering your courage. Oops. Yeah, we have hope again, Speranza. Allegras al cuore, which is about joy and happiness. It's also about, reuniting. Kind of reminds me like the Three of Cups. Try to discover a way again to define your joy and happiness again. Try to keep hope alive despite this turmoil up here. Oof. Five of Wands in reverse. It's falsita. Let's talk about needing to be honest with ourselves and others. Or maybe, you ended something that was just because it was just, full of shit. Somebody was full of shit. Falseness, lies, deception. Amante is a female lover. Someone who's kind of hides their feelings a bit. Looking at her locket over there, reminiscing. Well, we have Lanemica, which is the female foe. The enemy. Now, this could be again could be like the same person feeling some kind of duality here. You know, it's kind of a love-hate situation over what's kind of happened here. Um, well, you know, the Nemikas is somebody again who's an adversary, who doesn't have your best interest at heart. I mean, you got the mask there, she's holding a knife, it's the enemy. Or this could be two different people, you know, could be even same-sex relationship here. Um, but the Lamont, there's a female lover again, is somebody who's being nostalgic, or somebody looking back, looking at a locket, a picture of the person that they used to love again, and maybe it's just some kind of love-hate thing, especially when you're going through a divorce. It could be, you know, situation here. That mixed bag of feelings that you have. Two of Pentacles reversed, we have Dattore, which is the lawyer, doctor, or someone can solve a problem. This is also about healing. Again, kind of like healing from depression, feeling anxiety and stock and anger. And so they're trying to say to discover a way to try to still be hopeful, or to find your joy again, find your strength. You know, Gran Consolacion is kind of like the Seven of Cups, is somebody who's like looking at all, exploring, daydreaming about all their options, or someone who was sitting around waiting for their wishes to be fulfilled, you know, waiting for some kind of healing. Or again, a lawyer, doctor, someone who can solve a problem. And maybe again, we had to deal with, you know, and he's got all kinds of stuff here. He's got some kind of wreath and a ring and money. You know, maybe sitting around waiting for something to get better. And we ended up, you know, dropping the ball and letting go and focusing on our own healing. Or again, we consulted an attorney because we were waiting around for so long for something to change, and it didn't. Il pensiero is thinking, someone who's in deep thought, again, trying to figure out something here. And we have the Donna Maritata, which is the married lady. You know, or this could be you wondering if someone loves you or hates you. You're thinking about it, wondering if you can heal a situation, or this is not, you know, wondering if you can return to happier times, wondering if you can make something work. Feeling stuck, not knowing what to do, but are needing to, obviously there's some kind of untruths going on here. And a need to release something, either ourselves from the situation, or needing to figure out a way how to work things out. What advice do you have for Gemini? Oops. What advice do you have for Gemini? Hell no, this is not supported by the universe, and it's in your best interest to reconsider. What other advice do you have? Oh, what a tangled web we weave when we were a shady mofo. Tisk tisk. That's what I said. Somebody was not truthful. And again, maybe this is something that was this ending. You know, and this could have been you contemplating your married you know, how you just stay married with somebody, but I think somebody decided to call it quits, you know, realize that somebody wasn't truthful or honest here. What other advice do you have for Gemini? Or we weren't, you know. When we have here, forget about them and focus on you. You're spending too much time and energy focusing on someone. Watching paint dry doesn't make it dry faster. Let go and let God. Whatever will be, will be. In the meantime, do you. So this is, again, about you finding your strength and your courage to kind of find your happiness again and keep it moving for some. Don't let yourself be a casualty in the war that another is having within themselves. And if the war is within you, don't leave casualties. The moral of the story is healing is good for everyone. As the sun is up here and the judgment. You know what I'm saying? So here you had moon cycles. Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations and capitalize upon these cycles. So as you know, we got a lot of planetary things going on now. Look into astrology stuff. Look at about the, the Jupiter moving into Saturn, and blessings can be coming, and karmic cycles of relationships or things ending, and all these things that, you know who's really good at explaining a lot of this stuff? Varush. I don't know if any of you follow her, but she usually does readings, and she also does astrology stuff where she kind of explains the positions of the planets and in your different houses and how that can affect you. She might be a good person to, I mean, I'm still studying that stuff, but she knows it. She's good at it. You know, check her out and see how you can capitalize or become more knowledgeable in regards to your soul path, and how, all these retrogrades and planets and, karmic houses and north node. Now that's also switched to south nodes, and north nodes have switched. So it all plays a part, again, on kind of what's happening in our lives. So maybe check into that, and maybe she can give you, she's putting up some stuff for 2019 already, kind of years in review, and she goes over again the different houses and stuff. That might be something that you might be interested in checking out, to kind of give you some courage and hope and happiness to know kind of like what's coming or what you can do to kind of improve your current emotional state, again, and how these different things affect us. It's quite interesting. I really enjoy the astrology stuff. You also have here love. Love is the answer to all my questions. Most importantly, self-love, right? Self-love. And if you're in something that was shitty, love yourself first. Love is the answer to all my questions. This card reminds you that feeling loved is your true desire. So if you obviously weren't feeling loved in this situation, that's probably why you keeping it moving. This card, and this very condition is continuously offered to you by God, Jesus, Mother Mary, and the angels. Surround your current situation and relationships with love, which will loosen the bonds of the ego attachments. When you pray for love to heal your situation, God sends angels to your side. Mother Mary counsels you to use only loving words when you speak, think, or write. Avoid pessimistic discussions with yourself or others, as it's essential for you to surround yourself with the highest energy available. By doing so, you'll witness miraculous healings, experience new opportunities, and attract wonderful relationships. So again, that says, I think it's the final curtain call for many people. Again, like I said, people are starting to choose their paths. Some things are ending. Some people might be trying to work things out and come back together. But as I tell everybody again, use discernment, know what you're dealing with. And for those that have decided to keep it moving, I wish you luck. I wish you all the best. And again, always do what you feel is going to move you towards happiness. You know what I'm saying? And on that note, oh my God, an hour and a half. No one's going to watch this. I send you love and light. Wish you healing and luck in regards to this and anything else you might be going through. Again, please like, subscribe, share, leave comments. And I hope it was helpful. And again, if anybody wants a timestamp so people don't get scared seeing this hour and a half, you know what I'm saying? Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.